Hello children, continuation of motion in a plane. That we are going to see the zero vector and its property. Right, what is zero vector? See, zero vector or an L vector, we can say that the zero magnitude and an arbitrary direction. And we can represent the zero vector 0 and the arrow over the number. That is zero vector. So why we need first the zero vector? Why we need to know or to use it? See, for example, A vector which is equal to B vector if we taken. So what is A vector minus B vector then? Which is equal to be a vector, right? The resultant should be a vector, not like a scalar. For like that situations, we need to introduce a concept of this zero vector actually. Now what are the properties we can see for the zero vector? Suppose when a vector which is added to a 0, what will come? That is the same vector, that is A vector plus 0 vector, which is equal to A vector. And if suppose the 0 vector which is multiplied by a real number, then it will come 0 vector. 0 which is multiplied with any other number, it will come like 0, right? So a lambda 0 vector which is equal to 0 vector. When a vector is multiplied by 0, what will happen? We'll get the 0. So that it will come like O, means 0 into vector, any number which is equal to 0, like that, right? So we'll see the next one is, right? So the next one is the triangular law of vector. So first we must know, before we are going to the triangular law of vector, the addition or the composition of vectors, which is what? The composition of vectors, which is nothing but the resultant of two or more vectors, is that a single vector which produces the same effect as the individual vector together with produce, right? See, what are the addition of vectors we can see through that triangular law and parallelogram law, polygon law of vector addition. So one by one we will see triangular law. Triangular law of vector addition, which shows that if suppose any two vectors that can be represent both magnitude as well as the direction, right, of the both sides of the triangle, their resultant vector represents completely both the magnitude and direction by the third side of the triangle in the opposite direction, right? By seeing the diagram you can understand. See that suppose we wish to add the two vectors like A vector and the B vector. You have to draw a vector like a parallel, equal and parallel to A vector, and but is in the opposite direction. That is R vector, which is equal to A vector plus B vector. So from according to that triangular law of vector addition, we can say that OQ, which is equal to OP plus PQ, if suppose you have given the name, or else R vector, which is equal to A vector plus B vector. Understand? So the next one is parallelogram law of vector addition. So what is parallelogram law of vector addition? Which gives the, if two vectors can be represented both in magnitude and the direction by the two adjacent sides. So the common point, if suppose you have taken a common point from the adjacent side, you've drawn it, the resultant given the magnitude and the direction by the diagonal of the parallelogram. So by the diagram you can easily understand, see that like the same in addition vector, we are going to add these two vectors like A vector and the B vector from a common point. Draw a vector OP equal and parallel to A, and vector OQ, see vector OQ, you have to draw it, that equal and parallel to B. Now the complete set of a parallelogram OPSQ, you can see that according to parallelogram vector addition, what it will come? What we said, the diagonal OS gives the resultant of R vector. So if you want that the whole result, you have to take the R which is equal to A vector plus B vector. or else we can say OS which is equal to OP vector plus OQ vector. Got it? So the next one is polygon law of vector addition. If suppose a number of vectors are represented both in magnitude and the direction by sides of an open polygon taken in the same order. See that diagram. Then the resultant of represents of in magnitude as well as the direction the closing side of the polygon, but it is in the opposite direction. All see the OP, PQ, QS and the ST, all the vectors which is represent both in the same direction in the magnitude and the resultant vector which is there in the opposite direction, right? So by that way we can understand that R vector which is equal to what? A vector plus B vector plus C vector plus D vector. See here we apply triangular law of vector addition to different triangles in the polygon, right? So we have taken first the triangle OPQ. Check the triangle OPQ. The first triangle you can take it. So in that you have to take OP which is equal to what it will come? By the triangular law, right? So OP plus PQ which is equal to A vector plus B vector. Is it right? Then we have taken the next triangle OQS. So in that OQS we can take OS which is equal to OQ plus QS. Here what it will come? OQ we know that A plus B and we have to add one more QS, that is C. So A vector plus B vector plus C vector. In the triangle OST we have taken OT which is equal to OS vector plus ST vector. Here A vector plus B vector plus C vector and we have to add plus D vector. So that only the R vector which is equal to A vector plus C vector, A vector plus B vector plus C vector plus D vector. So this proves the polygon law of vector addition. So we have the three different set of the law of vector addition for adding two vectors. That one is triangular law, parallelogram law and the polygon law of vector addition we can see. So now we will see that vector addition is a commutative or not. We are going to prove through this, right? See the diagram. The sides of OP and OQ of a parallelogram of OPSQ that represents the vectors of A vector and B vector, right? So from according to parallelogram law of vector addition, we know that the diagonal, that is OS, is the resultant. So A vector plus B vector which is equal to OS. Is it right? Right. So OP vector plus OQ vector which is equal to OS vector we can see. So that we can take it as a first equation, as we have to take OP which is equal to QS. See, OP which is equal to QS, right? Parallel sides. So OP which is parallel to QS, so that we have taken. So QS which is equal to OP which is equal to A. Is it right? Yeah. By using the triangular law of vector addition, in that triangle OQS, see the triangle OQS, this side you can take. Now OQ plus QS which is equal to OS, is it right? So that we will say OS which is equal to B vector plus A vector, is it right? So this we can take it as second equation. From these two equations we can get A vector plus B vector which is equal to B vector plus A vector. So this proves the commutative law. So now the next one is vector addition is associative. Yes, this also will prove. Suppose the vector addition is associative according to the polygon law of OS which is represent the resultant R both in magnitude and direction. The three vectors A, B and C are represented by the sides of what? OP, PQ and QS, right, of polygon. OPQS. According to polygon law, we know that OS represents the resultant. Is it right? OS. This is in the opposite direction. See, the open side of the polygon like. So we will take directly by using the triangular law of vector addition, we can get the associative property. Right. First you can take the triangle OPQ. From that we will get OQ, which is equal to OP plus PQ. So that A plus B vector. I mean A vector plus B vector. In that triangle OQS, you have to take OS vector, which is equal to, check it in that OQS. Please see that triangle. Then only you can identify easily. OQ plus QS, which is equal to A plus B plus C. So already we know that OQ, which is equal to A plus B. Right. Now same like that you have to take the triangle PQS, that PS, which is equal to PQ plus QS. So that B plus C we get. Right. Now in that triangle OPS, we have to take all the triangles. How many triangles which is made in that we have to take it. OS vector, which is equal to OP vector plus PS vector, which is equal to A vector plus B plus C vector. So from this we can get the associative properties proved. A plus B plus C, which is equal to A vector plus B vector plus C vector. Is it right? So these five, that addition or composition of the vectors, through that you must know about the various laws of vector addition and how the vector addition is proved, and it is proved through the commutative property and associative property we have seen. We seen, right? Thank you.